Hello, happy Monday, and welcome to the latest Shortie from the Breath of Fresh Air webcast on YouTube. I am your host, Charles Taylor, and we are here today to talk about some of the happenings, of course, that is transpired on Sunday from the NFL, week 5 of the NFL. The main thing I want to talk about today is Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. So, as everybody knows, Kansas City lost to the Indianapolis Colts in Arrowhead Stadium 19 to 13 on Sunday Night Football. Now, a lot of people are a little taken back by this result, and I'm one of them too. Hey, I had Kansas City winning the game. I was wrong about it. You have to give the Indianapolis Colts a lot of credit for the game plan they had, being able to run the football, control the clock. I think they had 37 minutes of time of possession in there, and that offensive line dominated the Chiefs' defensive line. So there's two things to take away from this. One, Kansas City's defense still isn't good, and for everybody who wanted to choose Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl, we might have to pump the brakes there. For one, the New England Patriots are still in the AFC. Just so we are clear, that has not changed. So for me, Kansas City wasn't going to the Super Bowl anyway, but a lot of people like Kansas City for the trendy pick to go. Uh, a lot of people are just tired of New England. I'm tired of New England, but we have to be objective and be realistic about this. Are we really picking Kansas City to beat New England in the playoff situation? Probably not. I know it came close to happening last year, but it didn't happen. So again, until it does happen, you have to go with the proven product, right? Or I guess you can go with the trendy pick, but that could mean some failures for you. It just depends on how things go. Number two, or to finish my number one point, sorry. Kansas City's defense is still bad. And that was the thing we a lot of people forgot when it came to picking Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl. And it still could happen. I'm not saying it won't happen. But you have to be a complete team. If you're going to win championships in any sport, you have to be complete. Whether that is an individual sport, you have to be a complete player. In the team sport, you have to be a complete team, which means offense, defense, and special teams, in football's case, have to be able to complement one another. Kansas City is all offense. All offense. And if that offense is shut down a little bit like it was Sunday night, they are going to struggle. So, Kansas City's defense, in some way, shape, or form, has to get better. But that would be hard to figure when you consider they were not a good defense last year and they lost players, their best players from that defense. One of those guys is Justin Houston, and he made an impact against the Chiefs last night as a member of the Colts. You saw some of those plays he had, or a couple of them in particular. He had a sack, and then he came up with a big fourth down stop as the Chiefs were trying to put a drive together to win that football game. But one of them was Justin Houston. The other one was Dee Ford, who led the team in sacks last year. And now he's with the San Francisco 49ers. And they lost Eric Berry is a very good safety. He's still a free agent now. We know he had the ordeal where he was battling cancer. He came back from that. But the thing with Eric Berry is he is a inspirational player, a leader in the locker room for the Chiefs, and they let him go. So you're missing those three players from a defense that was already pretty bad, and now it seems like they're even worse in some cases. So again, that's one thing with the Kansas City Chiefs. The other thing, can we please cool it on the Patrick Mahomes hype? Now I get it. He had a great year last year, MVP season. But is he ready to go to the Hall of Fame already? No, he's not. Is he the best thing since sliced bread? No, he's not. Is he the greatest quarterback of all time? Not just yet. We just have to hold on before we want to start putting these people in this pedestal. I know I had a similar shorty about New York Giants quarterback Daniel Jones. He obviously got humbled yesterday playing the Minnesota Vikings. So now what we have to realize, or Sunday, sorry, did I say yesterday? I meant Sunday. But what we have to realize is these players are going to go through a period where teams are going to have a chance to adjust. When Patrick Mahomes had his MVP season last year, he put up great numbers, don't get me wrong, but he snuck up on people because not too many people had film on him except for what they saw in Texas Tech. Him coming out there with all these weapons running around, whether it's Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, guys who were not playing yesterday or didn't play much, and some of the other guys that are on the team now, eh, it's going to be pretty hard to defend against. The New England Patriots said last year when they were playing them, we're going to man up, we're going to be physical with those receivers, have a safety over the top, and bring pressure toward Patrick Mahomes. Now you see a lot of other teams starting to do that. You saw it last week from the Detroit Lions when they were able to kind of contain Mahomes, and you saw it big time from the Colts last night. The thing is, Patrick Mahomes, as great as he is, he still needs some help. He needs some protection. The offensive line has to be able to protect him. He was sacked 4 times yesterday. If he's not getting the protection, he's going to struggle. Oh, and another thing, for all those people who are out there talking about how great Patrick Mahomes is, now all of a sudden you're hearing them talking about, well, yeah, I mean, he needs help. I mean, he didn't have no help. He needs protection. People weren't coming through for him. Wait a minute. As far as I knew from everything that I heard, he's supposed to be the savior. He doesn't need any help. He's the MVP. He's the best quarterback in the league, the best quarterback of all time. Now all of a sudden, a loss comes up and he needs help all of a sudden? No. Look, being objective, Patrick Mahomes is a good quarterback, perhaps very good quarterback, but he's not Hall of Fame worthy yet. You have to remember, these guys have to play for a little bit before we start putting them into the pantheon of great quarterbacks. That's all I'm saying. Let's pump the brakes on it. Now you're seeing the man has had a couple of subpar performances because he set the standard high from last year. I mean, he's had a couple of subpar performances against some pretty decent teams. So this is what happens. Teams start to adjust to you. Now, how is Patrick Mahomes going to adjust? That's what's going to be interesting to see. But I don't want to hear, oh, now all of a sudden he needs help when we were calling him the quarterback where he could just carry a team on his back because he's that good. No. We can't have it both ways, people. We can't sit here and make excuses when things don't go right, when it's convenient for everybody. We can't do that. We can't have our cake and eat it too. We need to be objective to it. If the man got whooped, he got whooped. It's just that simple. If the defense had a good game plan, then the defense had a good game plan. If Mahomes didn't have his stuff, if he was getting beaten around, then that's what happened. We have to call square a square, a circle a circle. We can't call a circle a square. Well, that's what I'm breathing on for this episode, for this shorty. Everybody make sure to check out this and other shorties and webcasts on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I'm going to use Patrick Brackett's words on that one. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button on the channel and make sure you check us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter as well, because this gets posted on those forums. So until then, everybody have a good rest of the week, and we will talk to you later on in the week. Take care.